The IME was founded in 1913 to provide accurate information and comprehensive recommendations concerning commercial explosive materials. And welcome, Mr. Santis.
Thank you, Chairman Gonzalez and Ranking Member Westmoreland, for the opportunity to appear before you today. Your interest in MSHA's regulation of explosives is greatly appreciated. MSHA's explosives regulations are inconsistent with national consensus standards and other agencies' regulations. This exposes miners to undue risk and wastes the resources of mining operators and contractors, the vast majority of whom are small businesses. 87% of the United States commercial explosives are consumed in mines, 65% in surface coal mines alone. Yet MSHA's surface coal regulations have never been updated since their inception in 1971. In comparison, the National Fire Protection Association's National Consensus Standard on Explosive Safety, NFPA 495, has been updated 10 times since 1971. In the last 10 years, I have been in many meetings and discussions with MSHA officials, labor representatives, and mine operators regarding updating these regulations. Despite universal agreement that the regulations need to be updated, MSHA has not been able to get this done. For the remainder of my testimony, I will touch on the most significant vulnerabilities and burdens created by MSHA's lack of attention to explosives in recent years. First, many of MSHA's explosives regulations are inconsistent with current best practices. Even MSHA's own regulations for coal and metal-non-metal mines are inconsistent with each other. For example, the surface coal regulations are inconsistent with nearly every other standard in regards to the fundamental concepts of blast site and blast area. These terms should be crystal clear. The blast site is the immediate area around the explosives where only authorized personnel and equipment should be present during the loading process. Failure to clear the blast area when a blast occurs causes half of the explosive accidents in mines, according to MSHA. Second, MSHA explosive regulations contain outdated and inappropriate references. The definitions for explosives in their regulations are incredibly flawed. The metal-non-metal regulations refer to non-existent sections of the U.S. Department of Transportation's DOT regulatory code for its definitions of critical terms like detonator, blasting agent, and explosive. Likewise, the surface coal regulations have different definitions of these terms than DOT. All of MSHA's regulations still use the explosives classification system, Class A, B, and C, that was abandoned by DOT in 1992. The regulations also refer to non-existent sections of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives regulations. They refer to technical standards for blasting agents that were written in 1963. Third, MSHA's explosives regulations are a barrier to improved technologies. Technologies like electronic detonators. Electronic detonators actually represent the second revolution of initiation technology that was missed by the surface coal regulations. To legally and safely use electronic detonators in mines, manufacturers must get MSHA to exempt their brand name product from the regulations. This is a cumbersome process that can take months, even for the next generation of a previously approved system. Such a process disadvantages small businesses from entering the electronic detonator market. Fourth, MSHA's explosives regulations and policy create security vulnerabilities. Through a memorandum of understanding with the ATF, MSHA agrees to enforce federal explosives laws in underground mines. MSHA's regulations for underground mines have significant security gaps, and to the best of my knowledge, MSHA is not enforcing more stringent ATF rules like those ensuring that only personnel with ATF background checks have possession of explosives underground. Finally, and very briefly, MSHA has lost its ability to ensure a safe supply of explosives for the nation's underground coal miners. Mining coal with explosives has become an exclusive niche for the small businesses in the underground coal mine community. This loss adversely affects MSHA's ability to conduct accident investigations, field audit quality control testing, and approvals of new and improved explosives. While I've only been able to scratch the surface of the problems with MSHA's explosives regulations here, my written statement and the Small Business Administration's R3 nomination describe to a greater extent each of the points above. MSHA's failure to update their regulations creates risk where none need exist and waste the resources of small businesses. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Santis. You're the beneficiary of that initiative, obviously by Mr.